Hello, everyone. Alyse Mitten here. I'm with Interlaced Communications, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you something that became a mind shift for me recently when I attended another meeting on marketing. And the speaker shared that brand is fluff, and marketing, especially target marketing, is really where you want to be. And I listened and listened while he talked, and I realized that we do put, and I've got to say that in my inbox, I get a lot of emails about brand, brand, brand. And after his conversation that he shared, I realized that brand is, yes, it's important, but it's the identity that we need to push through marketing. And so today I want to help you with sort of a mind shift as it may be. So, um, what I'm going to do is brand less, market more. And it's going to be that we're going to look at target marketing. Okay. And can you put in the chat that you can see my my slides? I want to make sure of that. Is everybody seeing it? Just let me know.
Yes, we are.
Okay, great, great, great. Everybody's quiet. Okay, all right. So who am I? Who is Alyse Mitten? I'm the owner of Interlaced Communications, and we are celebrating 30 years. I've been in marketing all my life, and I've been in when ink runs through my veins. I do online as well as print marketing. In fact, early on, I shared with Daedrin that I was helping with a print job here and fixing a computer this morning. So we do commercial printing as well. And my AI consultant part is that I want to use it as part of what I do with my clients, and moving forward into sort of larger clients. We do association management as well for an organization that has print publications. So that's who I am. I also want to thank Daedrin and Jody Ann for their patience in getting this all set up for me. They have been wonderful in what they're doing. So thank you very much, ladies. So, is your marketing getting attention or action? So, if your marketing is passive engagement, where somebody says, "Oh, you have a nice post," or "I love your logo," um, or you get likes without any kind of impact, you're in the right place, because we're going to look at the active conversions. We're going to look at how you're going to change the way in which you're going to end your conversations with people today by making sure you have some sort of call to action at the end of each day. Not day, end of each post or blog or whatever you're doing. We're going to look at many of them, like scheduling a booking, downloading something that you're providing to them. Actions drive revenue. Okay. So the more target marketing, less brand focus. So impressions do not create impact. Views do not equal value. How many of you check your Google Analytics? If you can put yes in the chat, that would be great. For some reason, I'm not seeing any activity here. I'm not sure why. Oh, no, you don't. Well, you'll have to get into Google Analytics. Google Analytics will be my next session that I should share with you because of the fact that it provides you now with information that goes beyond just Google. They're including Facebook. And ironically, yesterday, Alicia, in her session that she did, she shared with us that she's showing up on ChatGPT, and so am I. So that is telling me that Google provides through Google Analytics information on all your platforms that you are going to be targeting to your website and such. So that'll be a good one to do. So call to actions plus strategy, that equals sales. Giving people a clear direction drives action. Like when you're on Facebook and you, or if you use Facebook and you do not utilize things like saying to people, will you share this? And such. That is, you have to let people know what you want them to do. So measuring what matters is important. And like I said, we need to look at Google Analytics sometime. We'll track conversions. Track the conversions, not just clicks. Because what happens with in Google Analytics is that it will also provide you a way in which to know exactly where a click-through came from. So this is what happened to me when Darren Hardy was sharing this. He said, where are you sending people to? And most times when you're seeing branding, you're seeing you in the center and the arrows pointing out. In this case, to get the actions that you want, the conversions that you want to have a blog that leads people back to your hub. So how many of you have websites? Share, just put me in the chat. Good, 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 good. Important. It's important to have a website, even if what you have is a one-page site, a landing page. That is important. If you have an email list, how many of you have an email list? Put me in the chat. Okay, good, good. Those two are very powerful. And you know why? Because ironically, you don't own LinkedIn. You don't own Facebook. You own your website, but you don't own social media. So if you're relying on your Facebook to be where people are coming for you, that's great, but get them to a website, even if it's a simple landing page. So on here, I show get them back to through a blog, through LinkedIn, Facebook, email, through e-commerce. If you have products, you can do that. Through Google Ads, through print, this is a brochure, and through networking. So if you're doing, and I know that Alicia is really big on us networking and how important it is to network. So when you're networking, make sure that your business cards have all the information on them that you need for a person to come back to your website, to reach out to you. On mine, the opposite side says you matter. And when I hand it to a person, I hand it with the you matter first, because then we start the conversation about them. So it's important, though, let me get back to where I was. That was a squirrel moment. It's important that you have a hub, and that hub is a website, and everything leads back to your website. I love the new matter too. So let me get back into here. So now you have a little bit of work to do. And that is, I would like you to, while we're on the call, look at, say you use Facebook. And while you're looking, I'll be bringing up my Facebook to show you some thoughts. So you want to look at your content and check your latest blog or post or a video that you have. And the important thing is that we make sure to identify the ask in those. And if you didn't have an ask, and what I mean is having that call to action, what do you want people to do? If you didn't have an ask, that's okay, because we're going to fix that today. This is your mind shift. So you're going to evaluate the effectiveness of it. Did it drive meaningful action? So I'm going to take you to Facebook and let me know if you can see my Facebook page. Yes, good, 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 good. I love it when a plan comes together. So, first of all, I'm big on letting people know about my AI involvement right away and showing the team that I have behind me. Along with that, let's look at a couple of posts. I'm very fortunate to have a 27-year-old who's been with me 10 years. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? So this is one of my fun ones. We have people who come into our counter and they want faxes sent and they want printing done. And so we're very local centric as well as online. And this is one of our posts, which is, did you know your wife's receipt, which is from one of our grocery stores, has a receipt coupon program that they do. And they're probably in the United States, they're everywhere. And it's RCN. So if you think this would be cool for you, go right ahead. So did you know the wife's receipt has a side hustle? And then this is what we put on the image. And we said to them, clip, bring, and save. So they are saving 30 cents on every dollar. I don't use discounts. That's 30% off. But I let them know how much they're going to save. So if they come in with their wife's receipt coupon, they get 30% off. So this is the information we share with them, and this takes them back to our website. I'm not going to click it because I don't want to take my chances on losing all of you. So, and then from there, we were recognized as one of the top 10 companies in one of the local chambers, which I'm actually a expert for them. I mentioned about AI can help, but only if you know how to use it. So that is one of our really strong posts there as well. So share with me, have any of you, should every blog, video, or post have a call to action? Yes. Every one of them should have a call to action. And you can, even if you have something like a testimonial that you're putting up. I don't see that Erin. I have an individual who actually does my posts here. And she doesn't have a testimonial as part of these. So I'm gonna go back to Gamma and we'll get out of there. Even the call to actions that are testimonials, which you don't want to be harsh with those or kind of salesy with them. Instead, you want to thank them for giving you the testimonial. And then on top of that, you want to say, we'd love to work with others who are like or are friends of whoever is mentioned in the testimonial. Just keep it very warm when you do that. But yes, definitely. Thank you for asking, Raquel. So I am going to move forward. Does anybody want to share their any kind of discoveries they had while they were kind of looking at their own content? Any thoughts? Yeah. Okay.
So we have a question from Raquel. She's asking, should every blog, video, or post have a call to action?
Yes, yes, it should. It should. And it for those that you feel, and I had mentioned about testimonials, those that are testimonials, you want to be a little bit softer with those and more thankful in it. Okay. And yes, so the call to action should direct them to do something. So yes, it definitely, like if it is a call to action that takes them back to a page on your site. And let me mention this about that. If you have a one-page site, obviously you're taking them to that one-page site. But if you have multiple pages, like mine is a very robust website and it has multiple pages, you want to take it inside of your website. The other thing too is use a platform like Bitly so that you can create short codes that you can track. And there are ways to do that through it's called a UTM. And there are ways to track that. So definitely, thank you for asking that.
And
So
we have another question from Marie. She's asking, where does she find the analytics form?
the Google Analytics. With Google Analytics, you need to have a Gmail email, first off, because it's free from Google. Analytics, if you have a website, you can set up Google Analytics with analytics. Let me put this in. analytics.google.com. And then you'll set up an account with them. Oh, Deidrin, I sent that to you instead of to everyone.
No
Okay.
problem. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, great, great, great. Thank you. So you just have to go there and they have real time, which is daily, but then they also have reports that allows you to get reports that can go all the way back to years. In fact, yesterday I met with a client and we went back to 2011 when their Google Analytics started to look at what their how they're doing year over year. I don't recommend that always. My way in which to look at Google Analytics is 90 days is my one I love because it's seasonal. You know, I can look at seasons with people. And then the year. I like to look year over year. So, any other questions? Just let Deidrin know she will be helping me. So, are you stuck and aren't sure how to use action verbs like those that are on here? You know, instead of using the word schedule, which is the obvious one, use things like book, reserve, plan, learn, explore, discover, preview, you know. Oh, the website. Can you align having a website with this? With Google Analytics, that is what it really feeds off of. It feeds off of your domain name and your website. It will it will feed you the information from that, definitely. Okay, engage, comment, share, react, and purchase, buy, order, or invest. When I talk about my clients, my customers, I use the word clients. And when we meet with them to talk about their websites, I don't use the word buy or spend or fee. I call it an investment because I feel as though websites are an investment. They're your brick and mortar online. They're where you're located. So I'm going to unstuck you a little bit here with helping you build better call to actions. And we're going to kind of start with the begin your end in mind if you've never heard that statement. And it will make more sense as we go through this. Oh, you like the name? I do too. CT Architect. So, all right. So this is how we're going to build it. And then you can convert it because this is a chatbot, customized chatbot that I created. And it is public that you can take this and move it to your chat GPT. Now you must have a paid version of chat GPT for these. That's the trade-off in using public free customized chats. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose your offer or service. And one of you, listen while I go through these. And if you'd like me to run through the chatbot with your thoughts, Dadrian's going to help us out with that and also use chat to the chat we have here for our meeting chat to provide me with your information. So think through this. You're going to choose your offer or service first in this chatbot. We're then going to identify your ideal audience. We're going to choose the action they will take. We're going to identify where it will lead them to. So if you have a website, multiple website, you want to have, like I said, you want to have them go into the pages. And then, boom, 7 high quality action verbs, phrases will be available to you that you use at the end. And what I mean about begin with the end in mind, say you don't have a post or a blog ready, this you can then take into your chat that knows you, and you can say to it, I have this really good call to action. Now write a blog for me. But we won't go to that point because that's what you'll do later. And do I have Anne Marie wanting to be our volunteer? Just let me know. Oh, yes. Okay, good, good. So Anne Marie, we're going to move forward to the chat bot. Okay.
Okay, great.
So with the CT Architect, we're going to build high converting call to actions with expert crafted action phrases to begin. So all you need to type in there is let's go.
Okay.
Right there we have action. So recently I have the opportunity to create a customized chatbot for another individual and they want a disclaimer for theirs. So this was my way in which to sort of test disclaimers. So this is a disclaimer that my chat and I came up with, which has my personality. So these are suggested call to action verb phrases designed to inspire action-driven messaging, while CT Architect is built to help you generate powerful, persuasive content. Results may vary depending on your audience, offer, and execution. These call to actions are not guaranteed to automatically make you millions or achieve specific outcomes. No outcome is a guarantee. So is guaranteed. So we're going to build your business, not just your brand. To tailor your call to actions perfectly, I need to ask you a few quick questions. Here's the first one. What is your offer or service, Anne Marie?
Okay, I am selling,
Yeah.
and I know we shouldn't use that word, but a journal that is unique because
What kind of journal?
it has space for people to write or draw, but it also includes 12 poems from diverse thinkers, and it includes, I believe, 11 quotes from thinkers. So that
And
means
put
that,
poems.
excuse me?
Put poems, create poems and create poems.
Well, they can do whatever they want. They can draw, they can reflect, they can just write, whatever their method of reflection is. But
There you go.
the journal this is what the special features. This is not
Okay.
just any journal. The idea is for the journal to not hamper the writer or the drawer. Some journals are so structured, you've got,
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
but
yes. I
this
get you.
is not.
Okay.
This will has interspersed poems, 12 poems from
Do I
Dwight.
have it spelled Hamper? Hamper the user, the person.
Absolutely, yes, yes.
Okay, so
That's
that'll be good. Okay. All right.
okay. All right. Should I keep talking?
Well, the next thing is, love it. Sounds like you're offering a creative freedom journal designed for self-expression without limits. Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Is that close? Okay.
Sure. Let's go with that.
So who is
Yeah.
your ideal client? What age,
My
interest, struggles, aspiration? Who is
my
this journal truly for?
my ideal client is a nonprofit organization that serves youth or people in need. I want them to buy it for their participants, in other words.
This is awesome. Yes. Okay. So perfect. You're targeting nonprofits that serve youth and vulnerable communities. That
That's
gives us a
that's
strong
great.
emotional and mission-driven angle.
That's
What
great.
specific action do you want them to take? For example, buy the journal in bulk.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
now listen through. This is the cool part. Request a sample, download a brochure, schedule a call with you. If you want all of those, that can be incorporated into the actions.
Okay.
But you want to buy the journal in bulk.
I do. I've actually asked a nonprofit, but I haven't gotten a response back. A big one. I know they can afford.
Well, they need this.
Yes, they
Buy
do.
the journal in bulk. Okay. So we're going to go with that. Okay, crystal clear. Now, what tone of voice should your call to action have? Do you want to be bold and edgy? And I'm going to tell you, we used bold and edgy as like a test the other day, and it was really ugly.
No, I want it to be warm and friendly.
Warm and friendly.
Absolutely. Warm and friendly.
Okay, warm and friendly. And because it's a nonprofit, we can put on there professional, or you like that, warm and friendly.
Professional is fine, but not high end. I don't
Yeah,
want that. No.
on a soft end, on a soft way.
Right.
There, got
Absolutely.
it.
In other
So,
words, it needs to be approachable.
mhm.
Otherwise,
So where are you going to be using your call to actions? Are you going to be using them in like a letter, or a printed flyer, or email,
well,
Instagram?
so far I have sent it uh, on a major nonprofit's website where they have a place where you can respond.
So
So
it's
that's
a message board is
it's
where
theirs though. It's theirs
that's
because they don't
okay.
want you to email. They want you to use their link to their so which
Okay.
is fine. Yeah.
I'm going to say message. Where else would you like to use it? Because we can pick other things too.
We could do Instagram.
Okay, got it.
TikTok.
Okay. Okay. Do you do any printed flyers of any sort?
No.
Okay. I know somebody who does printing. Okay, so keywords here, non-judgmental, no rules, creative expression, ideal
Creative,
for works.
creative expression. Let's get that in there because that's what they will do themselves. It's for their
Um,
use. It's not just for them to read the poems. It's for them to
yeah,
reflect
okay.
and express.
How about ideal for group workshops? That's why they would buy it in bulk.
It could be workshops. Yes, that's probably a good idea. Or group sessions, with the students, with the
Yeah,
kids, young people,
okay,
group sessions. That's good.
yeah, we'll do that, especially with the kids.
Yeah, for sure.
So now what it's doing is it is giving us the call to actions. All right. So we'll go through them. The engage and connect. Let's make space for creativity. DM us to learn how this journal is helping nonprofits. And DM is they're picking that up from I've included as part of what this does the Gen Z generation as well is helping nonprofits spark in imagination and healing through art and poetry. So the DM is the action, and then it gives you that information. So if for any reason you want to have them go back to a specific page on your website, we can add that as well. Because what's really cool about this is want to walk through, book a quick chat with us, see how your nonprofit can use our journal in workshops and youth programs, and then see it in action. Check out how other organizations use our journals for group therapy, creative circles, and self-reflection time. Stock up on your next workshop, order journals in bulk, affordable, uplifting tools your group will actually use. Give your group the gift of expression, buy in bulk, and inspire poetry, drawing, and reflection, all in one gentle guided space. And then it goes on. Every page is a new possibility. Give youth and clients a safe space to reflect, imagine, and create. Start by ordering today. And then wild card Gen Z is art, feels, and freedom in one journal. Your youth group is going to love this. Draw, write, heal, repeat. Yeah. And now, I tried to make this that it would download these sections. You don't do that with, I found that out with a chat bot. But what it is you can just copy and paste this, and I'll send this to you. Paste this into a Word document. I tried over and over and over again. It just doesn't do it. So that's your part in doing it, selecting the ones you love and pasting. Now, what's neat, and I won't do it here, and then I have a call to action. I actually share an additional call to action verb spreadsheet that you're able to just copy and paste ideas from it as well. What's neat about this chatbot is that I could say, I could ask it to give more ideas because it will. And it'll go through it and just expand on them and give me more. So you can, when you get it into um, your chat GPT, because it will pick up on your tone of voice and the way you're writing, you can ask it to give me more ways in which to write this in my tone of voice. So, was that helpful? I guess so. Yeah, okay. All right. I'll need to Dadrian, we can kind of get together and I can go from there on getting these to you. I'll even give this. So, all right. So I have time. Do I have anybody else who'd like to have a chance at this? I have to just go back and,
If you want a chance, raise your hand and I'll pull your mic.
yeah. Who else? When you said your chat is public. No, what it means is, this is good. Okay, let's go back to that question. When you said your chat bot is public, now what it is you're going to get the link and you can put it in your own personal chat GPT. Okay, so I have Barbara. I'm only showing these as a demonstration today, but I won't see anybody's information. Okay. Oh, I have a bunch of people. So I have Barbara S. I
Go ahead,
think.
Lynette.
Who's that?
Lynette Fur. Go ahead.
Lynette. Okay. All right. So Lynette,
Yes.
let me do the let's go. And I'm going to say this, let's go, or you can go da, 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 and it'll still move on. So what is your offer or service?
Okay. We offer cybersecurity.
Okay.
Um,
So we don't want to do, we only want to do one. What's really cool
okay.
too,
So
what,
in that case, take that out.
take that one out. Okay, let me
Yeah.
explain. Let me explain
okay.
further
Okay.
that what's really cool about this is that you can stay in the same chat and you can do it, you can say to it, okay, I want you to ask me questions about another offer and another way in which to offer the offer. So it's very fluid as far as what it will do after you
Got it.
finish one. So let's
Okay.
try another one.
Okay, but mine's kind of tied together. So let me just say
Sure,
it.
sure.
We do cybersecurity. We use AI to protect and to protect and to grow our clients. So I don't know how you want to put that. And I want to
So
focus on
ask me, I'm gonna
I
ask
want I want to focus on the AI side of things because that's the part we're rolling out now, where we're showing our clients how we can use AI to help them grow their business or to use some of the things that we've
well, then
learned
let's
in
take,
AI
can we take
community.
the cybersecurity out? I think it's gonna get really wonky.
Okay,
Use
let's
AI
go with that.
to protect and help your clients grow.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I'm only saying that because I don't know how it's going to write that. And that's where sometimes we take chat and we don't want to confuse it, but so who is your ideal client? So you can think of the industry or the job title or the pain
So
point.
it's the financial sector and specifically CPAs, accountants, tax preparers, and private wealth management firms.
I think I have everybody. Okay. And I'm going to say this too. We put a lot in there and it might come out very generic. So my suggestion is that after you, like, I can get these to you, but what I'm going to say is once you have chat CT architect, that
Mhm.
you put each one of those in individually and
Okay, we'll
run
do.
it through. Okay. So what are the specific actions do you want it to take? Book a call, download a guide, buy a product, request a demo.
Okay, at the in-person event, I want them
Go to the
to
website.
book a call.
Okay, so what you could do here with the book a call is if you use like Calendly or anything like that, my suggestion would be to add your Calendly link right here, so that it adds it to the call to actions, but we'll keep it as book a call, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and you know, you can go back and ask for more. I've actually said to it a couple times, especially when we go to the next part, what tone of voice. Here you do want to choose. So because of who you're going to, you're high-end professional. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And I'm even going to say straight talk, talking, and confident. Okay. Love it. Executive polish with no fluff. Well, where will the call to action be used? Now, I've already, when testing this, said, I love all these ideas, use them all. But where would you like yours to go?
Um, oh, this call to action. Oh, well.
Call to
Oh,
action. Yeah, this is where it's gonna
I
be used.
want this to be, well, it was gonna be in my presentation at the end, but for
Oh,
this purposes, if
okay,
it's
you
gonna,
could, if you want it for a presentation, like, we can put that in.
okay, and they usually use a QR code to
Okay.
scan.
With a QR code. Now, it's not going to create the QR code, but it'll mention that scan the QR code, presentation with a
Okay.
QR code. Okay,
Okay.
okay. With the QR codes, so we need them to pop visually and drive immediate action. So any keywords, hooks, or unique selling points you want included: AI powered, scale your firm, protect client assets, anything you say that gets attention. So you might want to say, I love all of these.
Yeah, I like those.
Is there anything else that is unique
That's
to
what
you?
one of my coaches told me to do, was figure this out. So that's why I raised my hand. She said to figure out what your call to action would be other
Oh,
than,
well, this was the time to do this.
yeah, let me see, what did she tell me? So she asked me what was I offering, and I told her, one second, let me pull up my notes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, those notes. Okay, so this other one. Okay, so the call to action, I told her AI and full cybersecurity assessment. They will do an assessment, so I take that back. The goal would be for them to sign up for an assessment, which is
Okay.
a paid assessment.
So we
And
don't want this to be that. We want this to be the selling point for them. So it's a pain that the clients are having.
right, and she told me to make it sound like they're so they, okay, so in the end of the presentation, we will offer the assessment. We will tell them it's valued at a certain amount, and we'll give them a fire sale amount if they pay for the first X amount of people by midnight. So that's what you told me. And then I need
Yeah.
to, the call to action needs to be something like you're saying, something catchy to make them want
Right,
to do it.
right. Okay, so you want them to, okay, we're gonna put that, sign up today for a discount.
Yes.
Okay. I hate that word, but
Yeah, I
only
don't,
me.
you see, I
I call
hesitated.
I call it the D word. So this is the urgency angle. Here comes, see, yours was a little different because of it being professional and shared. So scan to discover how AI transforms advisory services. Sign up today for a discount. Partners with, so the other was a little bit less professional. Connect with AI strategies built for financial experts. Book your call. Discounts close soon. You can change anything of this around. And you might say, when this is all done, you might say, I want this to be warmer or something of that nature. And it will give you a whole other list of call to actions to use. You know, the try and learn. Was there any that were in here? Book now and save with today's exclusive QR code offer. You know, that's call to action. That's driving it. Upgrade how you serve clients, all of that. So wild card, uh, scan now, save now, those types of things. So you're able to, like I said, you're able to go into these and you can keep on going with it and build off of it. If you want to add more to it, you can have it, as I said, right in your tone of voice and you know, really. Yes, I like special price too. Thank you very much, Ken. That's, like I said, I'm not a D word person. So, all right. What I'm gonna do is so I hope you all like that. Give me a fire if you like that. So, all right. All right. Very good. Very good. Okay, let's move on. So this is Daedrin is going to put the link in. And if you notice, this is a short code that I have here, the ICI4U.com. CT Architect is a short code. And what's really cool about it is by using that, and we also have the full code that you can use, it provides me in Bitly with information on where you all are. So, but we also have the link that you can scan that, and that will go into your Chat GPT, and you can start to use it today. So, and one more thing is my goodie for you, and this is the actual call to action verb list with examples, is to grab my call to action verb list. And this has over 75 action verbs that are ready to use. And it's a matter of, this is the action verb column, and this is an example. Obviously, it's an example of ones for me, but it's, you know, very easy to use. And there's plenty on there for you to choose from. So feel free to take advantage of that. And my final words are, yes, building your brand is important when building your business. Target marketing makes you money. So you do want to have your logo, you want to have your mission, you want to have your tag, you want to have all that. But once you have all that in place and established, then you start to do the target marketing that will make you money. And my CT Architect is here to help you. So, are there any questions? The prompt. I saw Lynette ask, can you share the prompt with me? Yes, all I will need, Lynette, I'm going to have to save this chat. All I'll need is your email so I can send those to you. Okay, VF has a question. Okay.
Go ahead and unmute VF.
Thank you, Deidre. My name is Valerie. Fantastic presentation, Alice. I learned a lot. My
Good.
question is, if I'm not onto a business just yet, but as a project manager, how do I love how you said social media is not mine, you see. So how, as an employee, a corporate employee, do I actually have my own can I have my personal website? And how will you,
Oh, yes.
how do I go through the motions like how you've done this now in terms of the
Yeah.
journal and the cyber or the AI consultant finance, how do I do myself for my own website like this, just on what
But
I am as a project manager without
so
having a business
I'm gonna
person?
say this. You need a domain name. So I have my name, I have AlyseMitten.com, ALYSEMITTEN.com.
Okay.
And I also, because I love my middle name, it's Alyse Faye. I have another domain name that is ALYSEFAYE.com. And they point to my website, my ICI Connect website, because if people remember me but don't know my website name, they
Okay.
can easily get it that, they can get to my website that way. For you, you should get a domain name. Everybody on this call should have a domain name for your name. And I use domain.com. I love working with them. They do offer websites there as well. And I know Alicia might have other thoughts, like we should probably check with her because there might be ways in which you can get the domain name and domain names, frankly, domain names are $20 to $30 at the most.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yes, there's all kinds of, that would be my suggestion first. And then as a project manager, build out what's of interest to you on your website.
Okay.
Yes. And then the call to action is getting a hold of you. Yeah. If you want to share your email addresses to me here, that's fine. If you want to go back and let me get back to I want to make sure I'm respecting the time here. This is the call to action verbs. You're more than welcome to just copy that and go back. Now we'll take you to constant contact, and I will tell you that I'm very respectful of people's inboxes because I'm overwhelmed by emails myself. So I only send out emails when I feel I have something to share. That's how it is with me. People probably think, oh, she doesn't send enough, but that's how I am here. So I will just have to make sure that before we close, that I have everybody's email addresses from this. Or Dadrian, is there a way in which you can save the chat at the end? Because if I
The
take
best,
it,
the best way to do it is for you to just send me the information, and the information will be sent out to everyone with the replay.
Okay, that's great. That's great. That's good. All right. I can do that. All right. I have two people raising hands.
We
So,
only have time for one more person.
okay. Okay. Yes. And who would like to? I'll also do this.
Go ahead and unmute Moses.
Yes. Does everybody have this? Hello?
Hello. Good evening,
Hello?
everybody. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I was trying to follow, but I'm new, completely new in the program.
Okay.
So I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. So I'm still in the dark, including what you said and the website issue. If there's somewhere where you can refer me, or you can, I get assistance out of this program today, I will
Mhm.
appreciate.
Yes. Do you have a website or you don't have one at all?
Yeah, I did try to have one. Perhaps we can look at that, or as you suggested, whatever one can, is rier.co.za.
R-I,
Or can I go to the support? Okay, rier.co.za. So perhaps I will
R-I-A-R.
yeah, RIE No, sorry, RIER
Okay,
.co.za. Yes, correct.
like that?
No, .co.za.
.co dot what?
ZA,
D,
South Africa, ZA.
okay,
Yes, yes,
okay, like that?
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Just to
put
check.
it in the chat.
Yeah,
That's it?
yes, that's correct. But there's several things I want to change here based on the developments. So I would like to get assistance on how to align with what you have been saying and to
Oh,
sell.
okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
And definitely, just taking your products. The beauty is that the chatbot is set up that if you want to, like under your education materials, if you want to ask it to take the information. Now, you don't have a lot of content here. So let me go here. I'm hoping, okay. So you have information here. So you could take your about, and I only have like minutes here. You could take your about, and after, I'll send over the information for all of you to be able to scan the QR code and whatnot. And you are going to just put that on ChatGPT, like here, ChatGPT, and
yeah,
you're gonna open it's gonna show up there. And then from that, you're just going to build out the information for it. You're just gonna type in "let's go" and then answer the questions like we did here. And then from
yeah,
there, you're going to be able to put your link in that I showed you, this link at the top. You see that highlighted
yes, yes,
up there? All right.
yeah,
You're going to copy that, and you're going to put in that it's going to be the vocational education and training. And
yes,
that this is the about, and then it's going to write the call to actions for you that way. But so that would be the step by step. You just follow along on what it asked you, and then it will provide those call to actions. Now, if you remember at the beginning of this, I
yeah,
said that you're going to begin with the end in mind. These are your call
yeah,
to actions. This is what's at the end of the message. You can take that into your chat and you can say, I like this call to action on this subject, and put a couple more things in it and ask it to either write a blog, a post, a letter, an email, and it will create the email and use the call to action at the end. Ta-da.
okay.
So I'm glad you had
All right, no,
it. And I do want to thank
yeah,
everybody. We're down to like 2 minutes left. So I want to thank everybody for being on the call today. I'll make sure that everyone receives the slides as well as the information, and reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm part of the community. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alyse. Valuable information as usual. Thank you everyone for joining, and see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.